For speaking warm-ups, activities or games, they are gonna your ESL classes a little bit more fun. I make sure that their 4 activities are so easy to do because I feel, yeah, do you feel teachers being teachers takes up all of your time? So I'm here to save some of your precious time and at the same time help you have a great classes. And all of these games were tried and tasted in many of my friends and English learners and teachers got really engaged. So let's dive in. The first activity is alternate ending. Pick some famous stories or tales like the story of Cinderella or Snow White or any popular fiction. Write the titles and cards, or you can stick to one story for all up to you and ask yourself to pick one. If you have small classes, then it's better to work individually, but if you don't dive yourself into pairs or groups, then you have to come up with alternate ending to the story that will require you to review the whole story in English this time and use your imagination to come up with a new and different ending to the story. So instead of Cinderella getting married to Prince Charming and living happily ever after, you need to expand your creative skills and imagine the same story, however, with an ending all your own. I remember a classmate told the class that Cinderella was actually a feminist and refused the prince's proposal. You will be amazed by how creative students can get. This is a funny activity, and what you get to do is just write some tales and cards. It's so great activity. The second one is commercial time. Pick random stuff from around the class or pre-choose them before going into the class. Stuff like pens, staples, purses, mugs, tea bags, lipsticks, literally any idiom will do the trick. Put them in a bag and ask a classmate to take an idiom without looking and don't explain anything to him. Let him get curious. Then change rules. Well, tell your classmate that you are the owner of a big company that produces this particular product and you need to advertise it. What would you say? How would you describe it? What would you do to convince the consumers? Let them know about homophone, rhyme, catching phrases and slogans. This is a really good physical activity. Well, number 3, role players. Role play is a great way to prepare you and English learners to use English in a real world. I'm pretty sure you know how this activity works. You pick a conversation topic and you have to come up with a dialogue. Give yourself enough time to discuss and prepare. I'm gonna share with you some funny everyday dialogues that I have been using. The first one, the setting is a phone call between 2 friends and phoning a friend inquiring about a job position. The second one is at the store, a mother and daughter, and they are shopping for a dress for a birthday party. The third one is more practical and interviewer with interviewee, and the topic is obviously a job interview. The next one is like 2 neighbors sipping coffee together in the morning and gossiping. The first one is my favorite. I feel shameful to say that, but I said it anyway. The fifth one, so funny, a father and a son or a mother and a daughter, whatever, like one of the parents teaching math to their child. The sixth one is a waiter and a customer, and the customer complaining about the food. The seventh one is also my favorite because it's like basically a teacher and a student, and the student complaining about his or her mark. The last one is in a taxi between the driver and passenger, and the topic is given directions. Well, this is everything for the second activity. It's about dialogues. The last activity is 2 words for 2 minutes. Let me explain. You will distribute some cards that has 2 or 3 words maximum, like this ones. Ask yourself to talk about it for 2 minutes non-stop, and I usually set my timer. I think it's challenging in terms of fluency, and I love it because it encourages you to communicate the meaning rather than how many mistakes you make in grammar. and vocabulary. I believe fluency is important, and in this particular activity you are not only practicing but also expressing your own thoughts, ideas on different topics. If you are in low level, give yourself some time to prepare and be consistent about it. Just believe in yourself that you're gonna make it. Yeah, so because you are accept the challenge, it's like a piece of cake for you. I know you are awesome and got a bunch of other activities, but I hope I added some fun, inspiring in there. Thank you for your time, and I am positive you are just great being an English learner.